Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video, we're going to be trying a new shade from Danger Jones. I was so excited when I saw they were releasing this. This is a new black semi-permanent color called DOPAMINE, and apparently it does not bleed, and it has a beautiful like purple undertone, so it's not going to fade green or blue like most semi-permanents. Apparently everybody's saying like this is the best black on the market, so you know the day it launched, I had to grab a couple boxes so we can try it together. I am also going to try removing it out of the hair and see if it comes out of the hair at all. If this actually does not bleed and it has a pretty purple undertone, I am going to be extremely shocked and impressed because you guys know I like to put black in my hair, okay? I may be a little bit impulsive sometimes and I may reach for the black a little bit too often. So if this is something that truly does not bleed and also comes out of the hair and doesn't have a funky undertone, I am going to be extremely impressed. I have a hard time believing a black semi-permanent does not bleed, so we're gonna put it to the test today. We're gonna see what it looks like. I'm gonna put it on a blonde swatch as well as on a brown swatch, and we're gonna see what the undertones look like. Look at the packaging. How cute is the packaging? I just love a semi-permanent black color. So let's go ahead and open it up. I'll get my second camera angle set up and we will go ahead and swatch the new shade DOPAMINE. As you guys can see, we have a blonde swatch and then I also have this brown swatch here. I'm just curious what it will look like if we put it on brown hair. And then of course we have the blonde. This is a semi-permanent color, so you can put it on any level of hair. It's also semi-permanent black, so it literally will cover every range or tone you have. Let's go ahead and apply it on the swatches and see what the undertones look like. All right, let's go in with the product. All right, let's go in with the blonde. Ooh, definitely do see that purple undertone. I also feel like I see maybe a little bit of blue. We'll have to see how it lifts out of the hair, but for the most part, you guys can see, oh yeah, that heavy purpley undertone there. Y'all know I normally have to custom mix black colors and put a lot of purple in there because of how blue most of them are, and I don't want them to fade out ugly. So this already has that heavy purple undertone in there, which is amazing. If you didn't know, I did do a video not too long ago swatching a bunch of different semi-permanent black shades to try and find the best one, and Ion was definitely the most true black, and it also came out of the hair very easily. So I definitely recommend the Ion semi-permanent black shades. They have like 3 different colors, but if you did see that video, you would know that sometimes semi-permanent black can lift out of the hair extremely weird. It can go crazy colors when it lifts. So we're gonna see if this one does lift out of the hair weird or if it lifts out pretty. Okay, blonde section is applied. Let's go in on the brunette swatch. This one won't be nearly as interesting. You guys can see that heavy purple, can't you? It's almost like a grayish purple undertone is what I'm seeing. This smells so good, you guys. I love the smell of this dye. And I really like the consistency too. It's not too conditioning, but it definitely has more of that conditioning base to it. But not too much. You guys see I'm working it in and it takes a lot before it starts to get like white and frothy. Okay. There they are. All right, colors applied. I'm gonna let these process, rinse them out, and I will be right back so we can see if there was any bleeding, and then we will apply the color remover to see if they come out of the hair. All right, you guys, I am back, and I am actually completely shocked. I rinsed this on high pressure with cold water, and there was no bleeding, which is mind-blowing. I was like, there's no freaking way this black color is not gonna bleed. Now I will say, when you go to wash it for the first time, I'm sure the suds are probably gonna be colored, so if you do black with other colors, still recommend sectioning your hair off and washing one section at a time, because I do feel like when you go to wash your hair, it will probably bleed then. In my experience, whenever I use darker colors, rinsing them normally isn't the problem. It's normally when you go to shampoo them for the first time that they start bleeding a little bit more. But I will say, when I have used semi-permanent black in the past, it still will bleed even when you're just rinsing out the color. So this is insane. I'm already in love with this product just based on the fact the undertones are different than what you normally see and it's not bleeding when I'm rinsing it out. The swatches are also beautiful, you guys. Let me go ahead and show you what they look like. All right, here are the 2 swatches. I will put it on a white background in a minute. This one was the blonde one. This one was the brown one. Here are what they look like. You can see when I shine light on them, they do have a purple underhue. When they're in direct sunlight, it does have like a grayish purple. All right, you guys, here is what they look like on a white backdrop. Hopefully you guys can see that. I will say the black isn't extremely dark black. It does almost have a dark gray vibe to it versus like a solid black. So I feel like this will fade very quickly. It's not like most other semi-permanent black shades where it's pitch black and then when you start to wash it, it turns like blue or something. This already is kind of like an off black. It has those gray undertones. So I definitely think within the first couple washes, it's gonna go straight to like a gray color. I have Gai Tang mixed up here with 10 volume. Let's apply it halfway on the strands and we'll see what happens. I'm actually gonna take a video on my phone real quick to show you guys these because I think my phone picks up the swatches in the best lighting and it's more true to tone. So on my camera, you can see it does look black, but it has a dark gray purple hue to it. So that's why I'm thinking it probably wouldn't last very long, but it is really pretty. And I would definitely take this over a regular semi-permanent black any day. All right, here we go with the Striptease. I have high hopes for this. I don't feel like it's gonna be a weird color, but we will have to wait and see because you know what? I've gotten weird results when I didn't think I was going to in the past, but just based on the fact that this is already more of like a gray purple, I'm hoping that it lifts out of the hair a nice color instead of a weird one. Just keep in mind because this is a brunette swatch, it's not gonna lift out blonde. I'm just looking for it to lift out back to a brunette shade or more of like a level 8. So we will see what happens with the brunette color. I'm excited to see what happens with this one. I just wanted to peek back at this one to see what was happening, and it is lifting out of the hair, but it's lifting towards like a brown shade, not anything crazy. So we'll see if it winds up lifting back to blonde after it's sat and processed for a while. I'm gonna go ahead and cover these, let them process, and I will be right back so we can see if the color comes out of the hair, and I'm hoping it does, so that way I found a nice semi-permanent black that comes out of the hair. All right, you guys, we are back. Let me show you the swatches so you can see how the color came out of the hair. All right, here are the two swatches. As you can see, it did lift out of the hair and it lifted really greenish blue. At first I was shocked. I was like, oh, why is it lifting out green when it had heavy purple undertones? And then I realized, oh, purple semi-permanent colors are notorious for lifting out green. So I'm guessing because it had such a strong purple undertone, it had some green underhues when lifting out of the hair. I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see on camera, but it definitely has a greenish vibe in some of the areas. So here is the blonde swatch. It lifted out to, I would say, like a level 7, 8. Did not lift all the way back out to blonde. I would definitely try Color Oops if you're gonna use this semi-permanent black to see if maybe that would help get it out of the hair a little bit easier. The brunette swatch did go back to pretty much the exact shade of brunette over here. So this one looks pretty much the same as it did beforehand, but if you're putting it directly on platinum blonde, you might have a little bit of a difficult time removing it. Obviously, if you let the hair color fade significantly and then do a color remover, it's probably gonna get it all the way out a lot easier. I would definitely recommend doing the vitamin C treatment a few times and then you can jump to a color remover just to get some of that residual dye off. I will try to find this and leave a link to it in the description down below in case you guys want to try it for yourselves. I'm kind of conflicted on if I would use it on myself or not. I think I would, but I would just have to know the risks. I would just know that it might not come all the way out of my hair and I might have to use Color Oops instead of reaching for a bleach-based color remover when I try to get it out of my hair. I still think Ion semi-permanent black is the best semi-permanent black I have found so far on the market. Comes out of the hair very easily. It's a true black color. It's very pretty. So I recommend the Ion black color. I'll leave the Ion one linked down below too in case you guys are looking for a good semi-permanent black. That is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. The link to that is in the description down below. I post way more of my everyday life on there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.